The official theme for Fortnite Chapter 6 Season 2 has been revealed to us, and I gotta say, there are some very mixed opinions, but understandable mixed opinions. We're going to be talking about what that is today. I'm going to give my thoughts, and as always, guys, we're going to take a look over at the X page to kind of get a gauge on how people are feeling about this, and as always, I'd love to know what you think about it down below afterwards. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another video. Hey, if you are new here, my name is Kyle. I'm your guy with many YouTube channels. Let's get into this first post over here, guys, by HypeX. Fortnite Chapter 6 Season 2 is heist theme. Now, this is the first thing that I saw, but there was another post to go along with it. Shinna had a little bit more information to say about this. Season 2 will have a heist theme. Known information about the season: uses codenamed robbery gameplay, new chainsaw or ripsaw launcher, a flare gun, and Season 4 unvaulted. It's weird reading those Fortnite terms now. Everybody looks at this as like saying just Chapter 4. So, another spy heist theme season. One thing that you see a lot of people talking about is, well, you see a lot of comparisons because we have Chapter 2 Season 2, we have the heisted event, we have Chapter 4 Season 4, and people are like getting into the details going, well, this wasn't technically heist theme, people don't understand what a heist theme is, but to be honest with you, I'm kind of on team like, it all kind of encompasses the same theme. I understand that you can separate them, and technically, we've only had one heist theme season, but I get what everybody's coming from, and I understand why people would be frustrated about this. For me personally, I'm not frustrated. I have enjoyed every single time that Epic Games has made this type of season. Chapter 2 Season 2 is one of my favorite seasons of all time. I really enjoyed Chapter 4 Season 4, but I also will, I'll push back on that just a tad because I more so enjoyed the flow of the gameplay in Chapter 4. That might have helped the heisted theme season, but regardless, it was really fun. And for the heisted event in Chapter 4 Season 1, that was amazing. If they bring back that heat event or the heisted event or whatever it was technically called, I don't remember off the top of my head, then I'm like, okay, Epic Games, you have my complete attention. But even then, pretty well every time. And if you want to talk about Chapter 5 Season 1, that I didn't get, but I still didn't really feel that was the hardcore theme like Chapter 2 Season 2 and Chapter 4 Season 4. Those are kind of what I'm basing it off of. Oh, plus we had Fortnite Remix, by the way, which I did not like personally, but I don't know how they missed the mark on that one. Regardless, the loot pool's typically really fun. The theme for it's pretty fun, and the seasons in general are honestly really cool. Now, here's the thing. I get why everybody would be upset about this. There are so many different themes that Epic Games could touch, and so many unique stories that they could tell, and so many different themes that people would want to see. I have been, and so if you're watching this video too, something we have been talking about for so long is an ancient Egyptian theme season. You can dive into things that fans have wanted for so long. A lot of people are really excited to build off of this Japanese theme season that we have going on right now. I get it. And would I rather have a different theme? Yeah, but I'm not upset about this. I think that Fortnite is in an insanely healthy state right now. Chapter 6 Season 1 is an absolute banger, and with the way that they're handling the game right now, I personally have no doubt in my mind that Season 2 will also be very fun. Now, I wish that, no, I don't wish, don't get me wrong, I hate leaks. I don't like the fact that this is leaked at all, but by saying that, what I was trying to get at is, we only have a little bit of information to go off of, so for the sake of the video, I wish that we could have had a little bit more information because we have the flare gun and the C4 being unvaulted. There's really nothing to note about there. A new chainsaw and ripsaw launcher is very fun in my opinion because the chainsaw was obviously one of the best weapons that Epic Games has ever added. The ripsaw launcher, I personally really liked, and for a robbery gameplay type mechanic, that worked out very well in Chapter 4 Season 4. So as long as Epic Games puts a nice fun twist on the gameplay and it's not some sort of copy and paste, then I think that they're sitting pretty. If it isn't broken, don't fix it. All of those seasons have been not necessarily a major success, but every time they've pretty well touched the spy heist theme thing, the player base has kind of liked it. But of course, it's not just about what I think, guys. Let's take a look over at the Explore page, replies to the leakers, replies at myself to kind of get a gauge on how people are feeling about this. Like and subscribe, everybody. Thank you very much for being here, by the way. I posted this over on X. If anyone would like to share their thoughts, I'm going to include some in the video. Thank you for your time. And we had a ton of replies. Guys, thank you so much for doing this, by the way. If you want to join the conversation, we don't just make it about these videos. We have things like this all the time. You can follow me over on X at Clen YouTube, or you can find the link tree or the direct link to X in the description down below. Like I said, guys, thank you again for being here. Let's take a look at what everybody had to say, okay? Titan Swan had this to say. Epic Games seems that they focus on one theme a lot and they aren't being original. Of the themes out there, this is what they pick again. I don't agree with it, but I will wait for the season to judge, even though I'm not too thrilled about this theme. I honestly think this is how everybody should be kind of handling it. Yeah, you can be disappointed. Yeah, you can be, I don't really like the heist theme, but if you're a fan of Fortnite, I believe you should at least give it a chance, but it is fair to have your critiques as long as you're not on the board of, oh my god, Epic Games again, here we go, another crap season, you know, like those types of people. I like the fact that Titan Swan is waiting for the season to actually come out and judge. I think that is an incredible way to go about it. You can be disappointed with the idea, but at the end of the day, if the season's fun, hey, you know what? Maybe you'll change your mind. Let's continue on to what Happy Power had to say. Maybe I'm alone in this, but I genuinely enjoy this theme. Epic has been killing it lately, and I have high hopes that this will be the best heist season yet. Ooh, the best one yet. I personally will have a very, very tough time enjoying a spy heist theme season more than Chapter 2 Season 2. And this is the last time I'll say it, guys. I get it. Chapter 2 Season 2 technically wasn't heist, but for me, it encompasses all of it, okay? But I am with Happy Power on this. I genuinely do enjoy the theme. The only thing that I get annoyed about is I just hate spy music. I hate it. I don't know why. I find it annoying. So if we boot it up, we get some lobby music. I'll need to change that right away. But other than that, I do enjoy the gameplay along with this theme. Let's continue on to what Denny had to say. If we're going to recycle the same theme for the 50th time, can we at least recycle a good one like Aliens? Dude, so true. Epic Games has brought back, or not brought back, have had so many like banger ideas for a season and just banger seasons in general. Themes that people really, really enjoyed. One of them being Chapter 2 Season 7. They never touch it again. I mean, I get it. Like, the heist thing is pretty easy to do. It's pretty well received for the most part, but Chapter 2 Season 7 was also very, very well received after the initial nerfs, right? But there were a lot of great things about that season, and so many people, myself included, want an alien-themed season back. With the technical ability that Epic Games has right now, why can't we have another season just like this? I am completely with Denny this one, and I hope to God that we continue getting another season like this. Green Starfish had this to say, wish it was a new theme instead of a reused one. There are limitless ideas that they could choose from, yet Epic just decides to choose from one they've already done. I understand that. Again, I completely understand that criticism, especially because there are so many great themes that people would like to see. Great skins, great battle pass ideas, great gameplay mechanics that you could take from like a variety of different seasons. Even if you want to talk about like a different reused one that they haven't already reused, I completely 100% understand that. But guys, there are a ton of tweets to take a look at, guys, because there is a lot of people saying a lot of different things. Let me stop you for just a second. As you guys know, I have been plugging in my supporter creator code lately, and you guys have been helping me so much. As you know, I have started a family and I'm working as hard as I can on YouTube in order to be the provider for my family, the sole provider, and it is going to be a tough road, but you guys are helping me through that, and I can't thank you enough. So if I ask, if you do not have a supporter creator code that you're using in the item shop, please consider using my code Clen. Every single little bit helps out more than you know, and I really appreciate everybody who has been using it. I have a message for those people coming out in a brand new video. We're not going to talk about that. I want to keep these short. Regardless, guys, let's continue on. Thank you very much for listening. Let's take a look at what Twisty Chase had to say. There's numerous themes they haven't used and ones they could reuse as well that are far more interesting. I think the theme on its own is just a little too generic. Generic. I don't know how I feel about that one. But the initial point is correct, something that we just have been talking about, right? There's a ton of themes that they haven't used and reused, ones that definitely could be more interesting, but I personally don't find the spy theme generic. Maybe Twisty does feel that way because we've gotten that a lot of times now. I won't argue with it. It's understandable. Regardless, I'm excited to play it. Ragna had this to say, although the theme is getting repetitive, they still do a good job each time, so I'm hopeful of it. But I would prefer more unique seasons. To be honest with you, this is pretty well the attitude that I have going into this. Yeah, I'd like to see something else, but usually it's really fun. So I'm going to sit down. I'm going to enjoy the heist theme season. That's exactly how I'm looking at it. So I align completely with Ragnar saying that. Jonesy Fortnite had this to say, I'm excited. I think the community getting mad at another heist theme season is stupid considering that we barely know anything about the season. It's also annoying seeing people group the spy theme with the heist theme when they are different. Chapter 4 Season 4 was the only heist theme. Again, I get it. I completely get it, but it is still kind of like the same kind of gameplay going along with that, but I do know that technically they are completely separate, but I don't think it's... Here's the problem. I don't think it is ridiculous for people to get disappointed with another heist theme season. Of course, I am one that believes you should just play the season before actually judging it, but just the idea of a heist theme season, to not feel the hype, to kind of be like, oh, Epic Games, really? I understand that, but the people legitimately getting upset about these things need to remember that this is just a video game, and at the end of the day, it really isn't that important. But to be disappointed in the hype for the next season, that I completely do understand. Let's continue on to what Atomic had to say. Hopefully, they can do a Chapter 4 Season 4 10 times better. Not gonna lie, hot take, Chapter 4 Season 4 was better than Chapter 2 Season 2, so I have high hopes, but I hope they don't do another heist theme ever again because it's getting repetitive. Oh my god, that is a hot take. I personally enjoyed both seasons, but I thought that Chapter 2 Season 2 was one of the greatest seasons of all time. Chapter 4 Season 4 was awesome. The flow of the gameplay, I will admit to you, was better, but still, man. Oh, that is a hot take. That is absolutely a hot take. So, we'll have to wait and see, man. We'll have to wait and see. If this does end up feeling a little bit too similar to what we've already had, then all of these critiques for the new season definitely would come to play. Let's continue on to what Cyan had to say. I hope they're doing this because they have a good idea and not to copy the success of Chapter 2 Season 2 for the 5th time. Love me a heist season if it's done well because Epic is good at cooking with this theme. Very well said. I wouldn't be upset with Epic Games for going with the approach like, hey, if this isn't broken, don't fix it. People like these types of seasons. The loading screen right there actually just reminded me that I would love to see some LTMs brought back finally. I know that's a little too much to ask, Epic Games. I know. We're talking about this metaverse and all these grand modes, but we can't have any LTMs. I would love to have the operation game modes and especially the getaway LTM, and I would love the heist mechanic back or the heat mechanic back. I always forget which it was actually called. I'm almost sure it was heat. Regardless, man. Sorry, got a little bit off topic to what Cyan was saying. They do need to have a good idea with this. I don't want it to get repetitive. If they are just going with the same kind of thing that we've already experienced, the season could get a little bit boring as time goes on, but then again, they also have some other great modes for me to check out. So I'll wait to judge, man. Of course, as we've been saying, it could be better, but who knows? We'll have to wait and see. Let me stop you for one more second, guys. This will be the final pause of the video. We still have more people to take a look at, more hot takes to hear about. But of course, if you guys are subscribed to the channel, you might know that I am your guy with too many YouTube channels. In the description or the link tree in the description down below, we do make other content. We make movie, TV review content, anime review content, we make MMA content, and we make variety commentary content on anything that's been going on over the internet. So if you're interested in any of that, why don't you check out some of our other channels that we do? I would really appreciate you. And I honestly, it makes my day looking at those comments and seeing some familiar faces over on the other channel. So if you want to support anything or if you're looking for more content, I am here to be your guy that has too many YouTube channels. Thank you again for listening, everybody. Let's continue on to what Fitzy had to say. What are we even trying to steal this time? It has to be the shard. I personally would like it if we got back into the storyline, but at this point, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for me to get hyped. Epic Games is going to really have to deliver if we see that shard. I don't want it to just be, yay, we got the shard at the end of the season. Without, like, not even a live event, not even some voice lines, not even a loading screen, anything along those lines. You get the point, like, usually how they tell the story. It's just like, we end the season. All right, guys, good job. We got the shard. Good job, Hope. You did a great job. You know, something along those lines. But honestly, that might be it. Let's continue on to Violetta. Touching myself to this update. If you guys were interested in what Violetta was doing, this is how good the update was doing. Let's continue on to Joseph Muhammad. I'm very pissed. This is the 4th time we're gonna have a heist season. We've had Chapter 2 Season 2, Chapter 4 Season 4, Chapter 2 Remix, and now we're going to have another. Don't get me wrong, I love a spy and heist theme season, but I'm honestly getting a bit tired of it. Most of us want themes that have never been seen. I understand being tired of it. I understand. We have done this so many times now. It brings me back to what I'm almost sure it was Denny that was saying it. I'm sorry if somebody else said it. We've looked at a lot of tweets so far. Why not go for another really well-received season like Chapter 2 Season 7, or even if you want to go back to like Chapter 3 Season 1, do another theme kind of like that. I understand it's a little bit difficult if you don't have a brand new map, but still, like, or the war theme of Chapter 3 Season 2. People really like that. Just go back to anything. It doesn't have to be heist again. Epic Games, I would imagine they would have something cooked up, man. I trust them. Let's continue on to what Emmanuel had to say. I'm personally excited for next season. Epic never fails to deliver with the heist seasons, and I'm curious to see what they're going to do to make it unique from all the other seasons. I know we've already seen the theme in the past, but they can always enhance it. Very well said. Love the optimistic approach. I'm right there with Emmanuel in saying that. Let's continue on to Utopia. Please give us the getaway LTM this time then. I know. Why can't we have it, Epic Games? There is absolutely no reason why we can't have LTMs with all of the metaverse modes. It would help the player base. And there are even some of these modes that could just stay in the game permanently. Imposters, Air Royale, Floor is Lava. People will love to play those types of modes until the end of time. You don't even have to bring it back like just in a regular rotation. Just make it a permanent metaverse mode. Let's continue on to what OR had to say. We've had too many seasons like this. It's time to make it different. What if we enter the Spirit Realm in order to steal the Zero Shards story-wise, like we entered the Aliens Mothership in the middle of the game for a mini-game like Chapter 2 Season 7, and if we won, we get gold loot. That would be very nice. But, again, it doesn't seem like Epic Games wants to do that anymore, but it's unfortunate. We can only move on to the next post. Let's see what Dub had to say. I personally think people are hating this for the sake of hating, as we haven't even seen anything directly from Epic except for a leaked theme. Sure, it's been done before, but there's a lot of themes we've had throughout BR that has also happened multiple times, and we still loved it. Wait and see. There is definitely a very good chunk of people hating for the sake of hating, and a lot of people just doing whatever the screen people on Twitter told them to, but I do understand the other side of the community that has healthy criticism, some like we've taken a look at today. I understand why people will be disappointed in this, and I'm not saying you're wrong for that. Everybody, of course, likes different things, and I'm very hesitant on this as well, but where I'm coming from is more of an optimistic stance, like, hey, I trust Epic Games, they've been doing a great job in Chapter 6, and I'm sure they have a banger idea. That's where I'm kind of coming from it, but if you are disappointed in this, I think you are completely valid in saying that, okay? Lulo had this to say, side note, don't hate on stuff you haven't seen, it's really not healthy. Very true. If you're somebody that's getting really bent out of shape over something that's going on in Fortnite, something that's going on in a video game, unless you are somebody making actually like career-oriented money from this, if you're somebody who is playing in this competitively, then I understand getting all bent out of shape about something happening that could hurt that. Other than that, it's a video game. You'll live. I understand. I completely agree with what Lulu said over there, okay? Dylan TG had this to say, I really feel like it's too soon to just be jumping in on this saying it'll be a basic heist theme. This gives the impression that it'll be exactly like Last Resort and Chapter 2 Season 2, but I really don't expect it to be like that. I wouldn't expect anything like we've gotten before. And the only reason that I would agree with this is because Chapter 6 has been so good right now. And Chapter 6, like, they have brought in so many great updates. The map's been awesome. The new mechanics on the map are really fun. The BR loot pool is awesome. Like, I do trust Epic Games, and I do think that we are going to get something that we haven't gotten before. Icon Queen had this to say, with exceptions, Season 4 tend to be their experimental seasons. Seasons 1 to 3, they usually stick with their motto of if it's not broken, don't fix it. Unfortunately, this can lead to stale seasons. Hopefully, they are able to add new concepts to spice it up and keep things fresh. Yep, I actually like that. If it's not broken, don't fix it thing can absolutely lead to stale seasons. But the problem is, they could also, on the other hand, just come up with some great mechanic or introduce a bunch of things from other seasons that we all have already liked and really mix it all together to make a banger season. This could go really poorly, or this could be, again, one of the greatest seasons that we've ever played of all time. Only time will tell. I can't wait to see. Dr. Doom had this to say, I think it's pretty cool simply because the loot pool is always great in spy seasons. I would have preferred something more original, but I'm not going to complain because there's no doubt it'll be a fun time. I'm kind of with that as well. Yeah, the loot pool's always been fun. I could do without the C4s being involved, but it makes sense for the season. Like, there are some things, and this is the problem, just like Icon Queen was saying, things could get repetitive, things could get stale. Like, I don't get excited at the idea of C4s being unvaulted, and I'm sure there's going to be more things that are spy-related that are going to get unvaulted. That doesn't excite me. But there are going to be new weapons, there are going to be new mechanics, and I'm going to have a blast playing with it. Finekio had this to say, sorry if I'm mispronouncing that name. We just have to wait and see. The heist theme can get kind of stale, but if they take the features from the most wanted event, plus at least a somewhat interesting story, since we all know how that goes, I think we're in for a fun season. I'm excited, but it can go either way. Dude, if they wanted to just take the heist thing that happened in Chapter 4 Season 1, bring it in for an entire season, I'm here for that. We only got to play with that for, what, a week or two? Give me it for an entire season. I would absolutely love that. I don't know about the idea for competitive. That would be very interesting. Maybe test it and see if the competitive players like it. But I'm talking about for primary BR, bring me that mechanic. Now, guys, unfortunately, that is all of the tweets that we have for today. And I thought there were more that were going to come. But speaking of like all of the LTMs and why we can't exactly have that, I did open up about that. And I made a video a while ago talking about how it's time for Epic Games to bring back these LTMs and why they should remain in the game. I would love for you to check out that video right here. Thank you very much for watching. Take care.